A lot of times when I'm doing my videos for you guys, I'm fast forwarding through some pieces of information that I feel like you should know. But if I spent enough time on each little individual section, the videos would end up being like 5 to 6 hours. And I like to keep my videos to about 20 minutes, 10 minutes at max in a sitting. I know you guys got a lot of stuff going on and I'm trying to keep things condensed. So I'm going to start a new series called Step by Step Saturday. I'm going to do the finer basics at a really high level of detail. So I'll post these on Saturday morning as you guys are getting ready to go into your shop. You'll see some of the step-by-steps that I'm going through as I'm either cutting out a guitar blank or resawing or using my table router. Lots of different things I'm doing, and I'm going to go through that detail in nauseam just to show you guys from a beginner to an advanced how I'm cutting, how I'm fidgeting with the wood, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and really give you that detail, pause, take a break. That way when you're seeing the full videos, you can see where I'm going. So for today, we're going to do cutting out a body blank on a bandsaw, and I'll explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it right now. So let's head over to the bandsaw. All right, so working on my bandsaw, this is my Craftsman 10-inch bandsaw. It's got a 1/4-inch blade, 70-inch long blade, 1/4 inch, 6 teeth per inch. I'm using this to cut out all my body blanks, so this 1/4 inch blade is perfect. I can probably do about 3 or 4 months of guitar work and get a lot of bodies cut out of this. I've had this saw for a long time, and as you get going in the guitar business or building your own guitars, you're gonna need a bandsaw. It really helps speed up the process tremendously. Cutting out the curves is near impossible with a hacksaw, and cutting out and trimming, I use this saw all the time. It's also got a little vacuum attachment to keep everything clean. This 1/4 inch blade for me is perfect. I've tried the 3/8 and I've tried an 1/8 inch, and that just doesn't cut as well. And so as I'm cutting, a lot of times you'll see me in the videos, I'm just cutting around the side and going right at it. And I'm very good at cutting. It's taken a little bit of practice. If you haven't cut as much before, you're gonna get sort of stuck in a couple spots. So let's just say on this piece of lace wood, I'm gonna cut this curve. What's gonna happen is I sort of get through this. As I make this turn, I've got to go significantly slower. It gets tighter and it's harder to cut that curve. So the bandsaw begins to bind against that cut, and you got to go much slower through that. So a lot of times you'll see guys just sort of forcing the wood through, but they're not really explaining it, and I've done that a lot. So let me show you what I mean when I'm going to cut this little curve. So since I'm going to route this afterwards, I'm going to cut as close as I can to the outside without nicking it. And as I get to that curve, I'll slow down slightly. And then sometimes I'll even back it out a little bit so I can get that cut nice. The quicker I move the wood through the saw, the less fine the cut's gonna get. And you're gonna get a little bit of jumping or sort of choppiness as you're cutting. There's like a constant pressure you wanna focus on. So if I turn this back on and force it through, you can get the motor to stall out or it's not cutting. So I'll show you that here. As I force it through, you can hear it slow down. As you're cutting a bigger piece of wood, a body blank, you've got that same sort of radius issue, and you just got to go a lot slower. What I don't do a lot of times is I don't do a lot of back cuts because I know how to sort of maneuver and what my speed is to cut right. But what you do is you'll do a bunch of back cuts, sort of relief cuts, to get the piece of wood easier through the wood. So a back cut essentially is something like this. You go right up to the line, and it gives you a little bit of room as you're cutting this out. And you can really hear the saw make a lot more noise in the bigger piece of wood. So we'll get in here and I'll show you what I mean. I don't have my vacuum going because I want you guys to hear it. as I'm doing the cutting. So we'll come into the cut and we'll begin to turn even before we get to the line. That's the back cut. So now I've got that out, and it's much easier to make the turn. So I've got some separation here as I'm making this cut. And you can hear the saw really kind of making noise. That's the back cut. So as I'm coming up through here, I can get a real accurate cut. And have enough room. So if you're a first timer in making those cuts, the back cut gives you a little bit of room. It allows you to play with the blade a little bit more as you're getting through those curves. I don't do a lot of back cuts anymore because I can kind of feel the wood and the speed, but if you're a first timer, you want to do those back cuts, your saw is not going to bind up and you got a little bit of room off the blade. The different materials will cut differently at different speeds. So this is 2-inch basswood, torrefied. This is a 3/4 piece of oak. Each piece of wood, you're going to sort of get that feel. If you start jamming the wood in, like I said, you'll get that sort of skipping. You'll feel it jump around. You want to go at a consistent pace and feed the wood through so you get a nice even cut. And even though I'm going to route, if you're really jamming your wood through, you're just wasting your blade. So as you're kind of getting through the cut, you want to go slow, consistent pressure, and you'll be able to get these curves done relatively easily without wearing out your blade, keeping things easy on the machine, etc. So all the different woods have different cutting properties, and like I said, I've really enjoyed using the 1/4-inch blade. It allows me a ton of flexibility. So I'll show you, let's cut out a circle. I'll show you how much flexibility I have here. Usually 1/4-inch pieces of wood cut really quick, so you got to be careful. But I can get in here and go slow and make that cut nice. You'll notice me even starting to turn the piece of wood as I'm not advancing it. It gives me a lot of flexibility in that cut. So I missed that turn, I'll go back, peel it back, and come back like that. I would have benefited greatly having a back cut here to make that turn a little bit easier. So cutting different woods requires different speeds. What I'd like you guys to do as you're cutting off your body blanks, sort of cut off that far edge first, see what the wood feels like in the saw. Like I said, a consistent pressure, consistent pace will help you make that cut nice and easy. So that is a step-by-step Saturday, a way to show you guys some of the finer details as I'm cutting. Hopefully this helps. Let me know if you like this series, and we'll move on to a couple other tools in the shop here. So thanks for watching, guys. We will see you in the next video. A lot of times when I'm doing my videos, I fast through the... A lot of times when I'm doing my videos for you guys, I'm fast forwarding through some crucial pieces. Cut. A lot of times when I'm doing my videos for you guys, I'm fast forwarding through some crucial... Yeah.